Today, successful organizations around the world are looking at a new operating model, one that creates active employee, partner, and customer engagement, which fuel both innovation and operational excellence. Instead of choosing one at the exclusion of the other, pioneering businesses are doing both. We met with 3 executive thought leaders who are breaking through traditional business barriers to engage people in new ways and create sustainable business advantage. The new paradigm, commonly referred to as the power of and, recognizes organizations with environments that are personalized and pervasive, agile and efficient, open and controlled. No doubt, watching sports is a favorite pastime for people around the world. But how are leagues and stadiums enhancing the fan experience to entice more people than ever to get into stadiums to watch the live action? Peter Brickman of Meadowlands Stadium in New York describes how they use technology to provide an agile and efficient environment to provide fans with premium interactive experiences while increasing advertising opportunities for their sponsors.
The direction given to me was, how do we make the stadium experience better than the wonderful experience you have in your home with HD, with surround sound, the ability to capture fantasy sports on your laptop? So what we did is we took the whole stadium experience, pulled it apart, and put it back together. It's a very exciting content experience, from the large screens in the stadium bowl, to the welcoming pylons that you see when you enter, to the 2,200 Stadium Vision IPTV screens around the building that can be rebranded at a moment's notice, whether it's a Jets brand or a Giants brand or a Bon Jovi brand. We've created all these unbelievable elements for the fan to enjoy, and we can create special opportunities for them that they're never capable of enjoying anywhere else. We have 2,200 screens that are all IP enabled and can provide 2,200 different unique experiences. I control about 3,000 different elements that we change, and we change those with basically instructions to our servers, and it's just basically a flick of a switch or press of a button, and we can turn the building over in less than 24 hours, which we have done. You have the ability to open up wide amounts of inventory to market, to sell, to appeal, to entice. Whereas in the old stadium environment with fixed signage, the sign was there for the season and you never could change it. So here we can change and offer up new opportunities at a moment's notice. When I talk to fans, the first question they ask me is, what's the Wi-Fi password? It's very important to our teams to be able to touch the fans any way they can and to get information back from the fans. We have the ability through the mobile apps and Wi-Fi apps that we have in the building for fans to interact with other fans and also capture personal stats or fantasy stats. You know, if they do 1 or 2 applications the first time they visit the stadium, they're going to do 5 or 6 the next, and they're going to make it a vital part of their entertainment experience at the stadium. Growth is all about the fan experience. So whether it's a fan in a suite who wants to control the TVs in his suite, or a fan in a bar that wants to brag about his fantasy score, and we can actually develop technologies to put his fantasy stats up on an individual screen, whether it's a sponsor who wants to enable a zone for customized advertising, we need to be at 150% of capacity and capabilities every day of an event. So you never want to offer anything that's going to be risky. You know, you have to have a total partnership with technology companies to provide you with the support that you need at a moment's notice. We need to make sure that our fans are enjoying every moment of the game. We've created all of these unbelievable inventory elements, and in my view, you don't become a fan for life until you sit in that stadium and have this wonderful experience. It's the most important thing that we have.
At research universities like Cambridge, vast amounts of information, including research, lectures, and student projects, are constantly being created and disseminated. With multi-million-dollar research projects spanning the globe, they must not only support massive international data transfers, but still sustain the high-speed web applications used by their students and staff. Dr. Ian Lewis shares his insight into how University of Cambridge provides an open and controlled data interface between researchers, academics, and students.
The University of Cambridge is an ecosystem. We actually have 40,000 people that we're directly supporting. We have something like 20,000 students, both postgraduate and undergraduate. The university is split into something like 140 departments, which is the key structural component of the university within which each area of research is undertaken. The network that we provide that spans the whole of Cambridge has got 130,000 connected IP devices on it. There's probably half as many again who are working in the local affiliated research hospital. The Theological Federation that's also in Cambridge is all connected. The question is how you can deliver appropriate information in the appropriate way that dovetails with the education they are being given to that platform. We have something like 250 different applications that are being delivered to desktops across the university. The use of desktop video tools, the students are pretty enthusiastic about. There are still times on our network when video represents 50% of the traffic, and it's students that are pushing that traffic. Well, there's relentless thrust of expectations in what a student is going to be able to do, or a tougher challenge, frankly, is what the researchers are going to be able to do. The Large Hadron Collider in Switzerland, where we certainly have the High Energy Physics group at Cambridge, there are researchers in that group that are analysing vast quantities of data that are spewing out of that Large Hadron Collider. They're able to open a video conference session in the morning, leave it running all day, and they need that level of productivity, otherwise they couldn't be in Cambridge. They'd have to get on a plane. When you look at our network, and when I do describe data being transferred from the Large Hadron Collider, or I could talk about DNA sequencing data being transferred from our research medical facility in South Cambridge up to, say, the Biochemical Sciences Department, which is in the middle of Cambridge, we're talking about volumes of data in the petabytes, and today they're able to do that in Cambridge. A couple of years ago, that would have been inconceivable that they would have been able to perform that role, perform that research, do those analytics from Cambridge. They would have to be parked in Switzerland to be able to do that research. From their desk, they can do video. From their desk, they can use collaboration tools. And that is an area of strategic investment for the University of Cambridge, as we're investing in resources to mean that you don't need a PhD in computer science to use these tools. But the architecture and the strategy behind it is already positioned so that as it moves from audio to video to seamless connectivity, whether you're at home, in the office, on a wireless device, on a wired device, those things are already in place. Cambridge has been around 800 years. We're planning for another 800 years.
In healthcare, accurate, up-to-date information can mean the difference between life and death. In the past, doctors were the only people to access your medical information, leaving many patients feeling alone and scared. Medtronic CIO Michael Hedges explains how the future of healthcare is personalized and pervasive. With access to care from anywhere, anytime, and any device, technology is giving doctors, hospitals, and patients greater diagnostic precision, efficient data storage methods, and peace of mind.
Medtronic is the leading medical technology company that actually produces medical technology devices that restore health and extend life. And in fact, we implant one of our devices every 4 seconds around the globe. If you go into a hospital and you have a heart problem, for instance, a physician can recommend a Medtronic device to be implanted. Today, most of the data from those types of devices is in a product that we have called CareLink, and then that data is shared with physicians. If I look at our diabetes business, which is more of a consumer business, then the data will be shared with patients. Let's be honest, the internet, advertisements on TV or wherever, people are becoming more savvy about what's going on in the markets, which devices are good, which ones are not good. The trick is going to be is how do you get to those patients to tell them about the therapies which can extend their lives. We've actually developed something called a hospital of the future. And in that hospital of the future, there's lots of technologies that exist today. All we've done is link these together and link them to EMR and PHR type systems to pass that data through systems to improve whatever's happening at their hospital. So take work out for our customers as well as take work out for Medtronic. You often hear people talk healthcare in the home. My thoughts are it should be healthcare anywhere. We all carry devices. There is 5 billion people in the world today with a handheld device. You could pass that data to that device so they could check anywhere they are the data that they need to look at, be it the data of reading their heart, diabetic data, reading the lung fluids, you name it. I think to pass the data from an implantable device to a handheld device, be that a pad or a notebook or a telephone, we'll be able to show the patient themselves the health of their heart or whichever part of the body the device is monitoring. I think parents of children may want to get that data on devices that they can see how their children are doing at school. For instance, if a child has diabetes, can I look and see the glucose readings, the A1s? Can I see the blood readings and check my child at school? That's all possible. I think the trick will be is what are the algorithms that tell them what to do with that data? Giving somebody a load of data on a device may not be very useful unless they know what to do with that data. The real-time treatment of a patient is going to be when the patient themselves see the data, they can pick up the phone and call somebody. A physician could have that data sent to them sometimes before the patient knows, and then give the patient some kind of warning that something is about to happen or that they need to get to a hospital. So I think the real-time data is going to have significant value. Right now, if I look at the amount of work and duplication done in a hospital, it is really significant. And if we could innovate and integrate all that data, I know we could take out significant costs and improve the work that the physicians do.
I'm Carrie Kreinock, and thank you for watching Executive Viewpoints.